foundation on this pull-up bar here. All right. So the first foundation, which I now know that I did wrong, was made of foam. This was a foam foundation, and clearly I didn't make it in the right shape it was supposed to be, and it came out the ground. So we got to do this over. So we got to get through this foam, get this foam off of here. See if we can cut through a lot of this foam here. Some of this stuff, it's not the easiest to take off of here. This right here is, I think it's called a high impact chisel, something like that, a brick chisel. So we're using a brick chisel and a mallet right here, a metal mallet and a brick chisel to get through this foam, because we're going to be able to reuse this wood post. The wood post is still new, but yeah, this foam got to go. I'm just going to keep taking chunks off of here. I really need to be putting this stuff somewhere. Let's put the foam in the bucket right here for now, but we're also going to use this bucket for mixing. But we're taking the foam off this bucket. Once we get off two sides, the rest should come off pretty easy. All right, I went about a foot and a half, and I now know I should have probably went about 30 inches deep. Not saying the foam was a bad option, but I'm not doing the foam again. I could do the foam again. It's just when I went to go look at the cost of materials, and where I work at, we actually sell the concrete, so I can get the concrete for way cheaper. So we just gonna go concrete this time instead of the foam. And the concrete is rated for way more poundage. Like I'm doing right here, or like I did. Yeah, this was the first time. Let's try and kick some of this stuff off. I think I can kick some of this stuff off without having to do too much work. together. The bar is already attached. Everything is already, put on level where it needs to be. It's just I didn't make the foundation how I should have made it. All right, not paying fully attention to directions, just wanting to get it into the ground, and at that time, good enough was good enough. But you know, measure 10 times, cut once, and you have better results. I didn't measure 10 times, so you see the results. Feel on the bottom, we ain't got much on there. All right, so we're pretty good on this one side. Now we'll switch to the other side and get the rest of this foam off of here so we can get to work. We got work to do. All right, come on, let's get this other side off of here so that we can start mixing this concrete. See if we can start chipping through here. And like I was saying, this is a brick chisel, but it gets the job done. Eats right through the foam. I can feel it when it gets down to the wood, so we can see we can get a nice line through there, and then just start like kind of hacking away at it. Let's see what we can do. Let's get another chunk in there. If I can like chisel out a chunk. Because we got work to do. And I'm a big fan of having, exercise station outside. I got one indoors. Got one for indoors. But I'm an outside dude. Hence the name of the channel, Backyard Lumberjack. I like being outside, being in the backyard, being in elements. No matter if it's really cold, really hot, doesn't matter. I'm outside. I'm used to it, man. And this is pretty light work. All right. That's all we need. We just need to start chipping. Once you start chipping this off, it becomes a lot easier. Crack that off. Let's work. Let's see if we can some damage. There we go. There we go. The biggest thing is I just don't want this stuff all in the yard. So I got to go back in a little bit and clean this stuff up. But let's get so we can get to what we came to get to. Because I want to mix this concrete and ground so it can start setting. And maybe I'll give you the first pull up tomorrow. It ain't gonna be today. Not with this. This is not Quikrete. All right, chipping away. Chipping off the old so we can make room for the new. All right. Bust that off. Nice chunk came off of there. All right. Nice. And I'm not able to really like flip this around how I want to, this piece of wood, because if you weren't here when I said it, this pull-up bar is already put together. So this has already been installed and it's put together. And I know all the measurements are good. And this pull-up bar is already halfway done. So I'm just redoing the foundation, and we just gotta make sure we do that right this time, and we're not cutting any corners. All right. I wasn't adept at doing this foam method and digging foundations when I started this. So, I'm not looking forward to critiques in the comments about, oh, you should have done it this way, you should have done it that way. So much. I mean, I'm here for constructive criticism for sure. But if you're just looking to just, you know, criticize like, you dummy, you dumb because you didn't do it this way, that's, you know, you're not really getting any points for that. But I'm all here for the constructive criticism. I'm going to check the comments in a minute. I just want to make some good headway here, make some good progress, and get pretty much all this off of here. All right, so some of the stuff I can just scrape off. We don't need the mallet. It's just foam. Cement will never come off this easy. So I'm gonna feel a lot better, a lot more secure when I do this in cement, man. But when I made the pull-up bar, I was really anxious. I was just trying to get in the ground, and I was just really like, ooh, I want to do some pull-ups, you know, potentially making some content, doing some pull-ups and fitness and so on and so forth. But that didn't happen. Didn't go as planned. I definitely got some pull-ups in before the bar fell, but not how I expected it to go. All right, so this bottom part, let's move this over. There we go, cracked it off. All right, so we got to scrape this bottom. Okay. We're almost there. Almost done. Almost done scraping off this foam. Let's see what we're talking about. Because we're getting ready to start mixing our concrete. Okay. No comments. It's all good. Let's get the rest of this foam off this bottom piece here. See if we can put this pull-up bar on this bucket right here. Lift this piece up. Okay. Cool. So we're good on that one side. Good on this side. We gotta get that bottom. You gotta get that bottom. Okay, there we go. So now, what the problem was before, we didn't dig a deep enough hole. So we gotta go deeper with the hole. Let's get this foam out, because when we start backfilling with some of this dirt, we don't want to be backfilling with a whole bunch of foam, not purposefully. So a lot of these bigger chunks, throw in my wheelbarrow, it'll get disposed of properly. Okay, and then we're gonna get to mixing this concrete. All right, so we're gonna dig our holes, and then we're gonna mix our concrete. So as far as mixing the concrete, I bought one of these concrete mixers right here. If anybody's ever seen one, this can go on a drill, like a drill bit, and we're gonna mix our concrete inside our bucket with one of these right here, and we're gonna see how well this works. So I never used this before, so I'm gonna see how well it works. I got my hose right here to fill up my bucket with water as I need and see fit. But let's drag this pull-up bar back, and as I pick it up, you should be able to see the bar, but I need to drag it back a little bit so I can dig a little bit deeper on this hole. But it's easier to drag these pieces back because, like I said, I already got this pull-up bar put together and it's already screwed together. So y'all see my bar right here. I could be over here doing traps. Like, That's not what it's here for. But I just wanted y'all to see that the pull-up bar is already put together. It was already there and up. And I got me at least one workout in before it fell. But the foundation just wasn't set how it should have been set. All right, so let's put our tools up. All right, we got to dig deeper. All right, we still got room in there. And so, looking at recommendations, YouTube videos, different professionals, a lot of people are saying that, not a lot of people, but my consensus is saying that a hole should be 12 feet wide by 30, not 12 inches wide by 30 inches deep. And it should be shaped like a triangle or anything like that. So I definitely have my work cut out for me. All right, so we're gonna bring the camera closer as we hollow out this hole a lot more because we're definitely not 30 inches deep. So let's get closer on the camera here. We got to fix this hole. This hole has to be fixed. We got to go deeper. Okay, we got work to do. Let's keep working. And I got different tools because we got roots and stuff right here that I had to get through. You see this white stuff right here? That's a root. That's a tree root right there. So tree root right here, tree root right here, and who knows what's down there. But we got to make sure that we get as deep as we need to. Now we have a shovel. I got my post hole digger, but for some reason that's not the most efficient method. So we got our post hole digger right here, and that can get in there and take stuff out. It works. I ain't gonna lie, like it doesn't do something. It just doesn't go as wide as we need it to. So this, in conjunction with the shovel, will get the job done. Okay. And when I encounter roots and such, I have other tools to help get the job done. Because this is not getting through roots. Systems from big trees, this is not getting it done. It hasn't been, and it's not going to. Come on. We gotta go deeper. Come on. Let's work. Okay. Now I'm starting to see, excuse me, I'm starting to see and feel where I'm going to have to get past more roots and open this up a little bit wider. And I have tools for that. And one tool that I've been using lately that I've noticed is really good with getting through these root systems, besides what you might call like nippers or branch cutters, is a reciprocating saw. So I've been using reciprocating saw to get through some of these root systems. Now I want to make this hole more cylindric. So right now it's more oval shape. I want to break that oval shape and get more cylindric so that our hole is more like 12 inches diameter one way, 12 inches in diameter another way, and then we got our 30 inches in depth, because we definitely had to go deeper down there, and we're starting to get some of that depth that we were looking for. Come on now, let's work. We're working. The post hole digger, it works, it does its job. But when you come against a lot of these roots, it's like I'm hitting cement almost. So Yeah, it's time for the reciprocating saw to come in and cut some of this stuff out because I'm hitting resistance. And I'll show y'all what I'm talking about when I start hitting some of this resistance. Just my preferred method of getting this stuff up out of here. All right, so we got the reciprocating saw right here, and this has been a big help because I was over here with an axe. Initially, I was using an axe, and I was over here with a chopping axe to cut through these root systems. But chopping axe was very like brute-like. I was getting through stuff over here like a Neanderthal, and I'm just like, man, I'm putting in a lot of work when I have the tools that will help me get through this stuff a lot quicker. So I was just trying a few different things. I tried the smaller axe. I tried the big axe. All right, but the reciprocating saw was ultimately the thing that got through some of this stuff a lot easier for me. So let's see. Now this one right here, it's not going to get through super easy. It's a massive root. It's a massive root. It's not what it looks like. So let me just hollow out the dirt around it. It's a massive root system right here, and I just want to cut that back just a little bit more. All right, so I can't really see where I'm getting at, so I'm gonna start cutting away at it from the side now. All right, so we're chipping away. We're chipping away. Let's come at it from the side again. Okay, you see, we got another chunk up out of there. All right, this is all one part of one root system. All right, and it goes a bit deeper. Who knows how deep this thing goes right here, but we might not need to even get all that out of there if we can hollow out this side. Let's see. This side should be easier. Let's work. So we got that off of there. Got a nice chunk of wood off of there. Let's see what we're working with under here. It's a lot of heavy root. So we may not necessarily need everything super hollowed out. For the most part, we got what we want out of there. We might just hollow out just one piece right here and just keep working and getting deeper, because I just don't want really skinny circumference around my post. But I think we have enough room that concrete will cement that in there real good. But I just want to make sure I get deep enough so that this doesn't fall out when I'm doing something like a muscle up. All right, but for our depth, we're looking pretty good, and I'm not feeling much resistance down here, so we can still continue to go deeper as we see fit. I just want to make sure our circumference is decent enough. Let's chop out some more of this stuff right here. Some more of this stuff we don't need there. But some of this stuff is real stubborn and difficult. Alright, so far so good. But this would have been a lot more difficult if I was out here chopping at it with the axe like I was. Because I was definitely out here with the chopping axe like a whole Neanderthal for hours, chopping at these roots. And then something told me, man, just go try a power tool, man. Make life easier. Life was not meant to be this difficult. How you making it? And yeah, that changed everything. All right, so this hole, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I want to get as much circumference as we can get for the most part within reason. All right, so that this is not just like a triangle hole, and then make sure that we get the depth that we need, because I bought all the bags of cement that we need for this. All right, we're only trying to make 2 holes, but I got 8 bags of cement. 8 bags, high strength concrete. So we got the stuff for the job, man. We got the right tools for the job today, and we are going way deeper than we did the first time. So let's see what we can hollow out right here. And like I said, I'm not trying to make the hole perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. Hollow out what I can. But I'm just trying to make it as cylindric as I can without going too crazy on these root systems. Make sure it's over 2 feet in depth. 30 inches is optimal. Let's keep working. Let's work. Yeah, we about there. We are about where we need to be. Okay. No things here. I think a pull-up bar put down here, it's going to do everything it's supposed to do and more. Now it's time to get the other hole like that, because this hole looks good. The other hole doesn't look like this one. Not at all. That's going to be the big task. Getting both of them to look like that. And then I'm going to put the level on them so that everything is plumb. Because we want this stuff to be plumb. At least me, man. Doesn't have to be perfect, but as plumb as I can get it. All right. That was a task right there. Time to hit the other side. All right. Let's see. Any comments? I'll address it. If not, we keep working. 2. Somebody says 2. All right. I Love Trench Fam says 2. All right. They work pretty good if you have strong enough drill. Growing wonderful fruitful things, for sure. And guess what? I'm right next to my food forest. So we got a lot of fruit trees, veggies, compost right here. And I'm just making a little workout area next to my food forest, man. We got like maybe close to like 20 fruit trees in here, and just shrub sections and grapes and raspberries, all types of shrubs and peppers and all types of stuff. But I'm just putting a pull-up bar right next to, this is my oasis right here. This is my Garden of Eden. So just putting my workout area, right next to where I spend a lot of my time. Something that brings me solace right here. So I'd rather put my workout area right next to beauty, and it's something I've just been working on building for the past 7 years, and we're going to continue to keep working on it. All right. So even when I'm not posting this stuff, man, I'm out here just every day, daily, picking vegetables, picking fruit, picking this, planting that, and don't even talk about it, because it's cool to do it, for the clicks. It's cool to do it if you can get paid for it, but ultimately at the end of the day, the reason I do it is not for that purpose. I do it for me. I do it for what it brings me. I do it for what it does in my soul. I do it for, what it does for my family and put food on the table. Babies love it when I come in the house with a fresh bowl or cup, fresh raspberries, blueberries, uh, grapes, currants. They're like, Dad, currant, what's a currant? And I had to teach them, what's a currant? Grapes, Dad, our own grapes? Yeah, nah, baby, we got our own grapevines outside. You didn't know that? So, that brings a man a lot of pride and just feel good vibes about that. When you tell your babies, show your babies, like, look, and my daughter loves to, show ownership, like say, this is my garden. Me and my wife, we like to tell her, like, the front yard, flower garden is her garden. That's her garden. That's her flower garden. And she's so happy to come outside and be like, Dad, look, this is my flower. I got a pink flower in my garden. So that makes me feel good too. If she loves it, I love it. But like I said, we want to be able to provide food for the family, sustenance. So that's how this started, really growing our own food and kind of making this more of like a homestead, and then branching out and getting into other stuff, becoming more self-sustainable, chopping our own wood, sourcing our own wood, cooking on wood burning stoves, and this thing is just kind of evolving. But yeah, at its core, it started with growing our own food, wanting to be self-sustainable, wanting to not have to go to grocery stores, wanting to not have to be a victim to COVID-19 price gouging. That was a big major thing for us, COVID-19, and the price gouging that happened during that time. That spurred a lot of thought and it's a lot of ideas for us. And it's like, man, that was awakening. That was a wake-up call for us. And we're like, man, we need to be more sustainable, because what if? It was the what ifs that kind of got us like, man, we got to do more. All right, so I'm hitting a lot of root systems right here. So it's time to get to work with cutting this stuff out. All right, I don't want to have to do it, but we got to get this pull-up on the ground. And these few roots right here are not going to kill a tree. All right, just a few. And I already cut most of them. I'm just going to cut them back a little bit more so that we can make this hole a little bit more cylindric how we need it to be. And that's one of the beauties of a reciprocating saw. It can go into the dirt, like something like a chainsaw. You're gonna ruin your blade. A chainsaw is not meant to go into the dirt. A reciprocating saw can go into the dirt and cut off limbs, man. That's one of the beauties that I love about this reciprocating saw right here. Yeah, this thing works wonders and does a lot of what I needed to do. So I can just dig in here and just like kind of carve out, like, oh, I need to go in here and then cut in, and it'll do it. And look at that. Made a nice, clean, smooth cut and did what I asked it to do. This is a beautiful tool right here, reciprocating saw. I love it. For this type of work right here, and what I'm asking it to do, is doing exactly what I asked it to do. Let me see. This might be a bigger root system than it got it. Look at it. Big old root system right here. Look how easy it ate through that. Smooth, clean cut right there. Smooth, clean cut. Ate right through it. And I had to dig in the dirt. A lot of blades get dull digging in the dirt like that. This thing does its job, man. This is the right tool for this job right here. Getting through root systems that are like stubborn. And you're like, oh man. You know, you got to keep digging and hacking at it with a pickaxe and all types of dumbass tools that are just not for the job. Because I was out here with a splitting axe when this gets through it even way quicker. Let me see what this is hitting for right here. So, some of these roots, it's like, I don't know how deep they are. I don't know how big they are. But once I figure it out, it's not easy to get through them. I mean, it's not difficult to get through them. Pardon me. I don't want to open this hole too much bigger. Definitely got that root up out of there. But I felt like there's another root somewhere in here. And I just want to be able to expose it just a little bit so I can see what I'm working with the reciprocating saw. So let's take out some more dirt. Let's work. Come on. Let's work. Because we got to get to the depth of the other hole so that we can mix our concrete and then set our pull-up bar. And if we need to set foundation support, I'll set foundation support also. I got the wood for that, but I just need to know what I need. Let's see, more roots down here, more root systems. All right, just feeling for it. Let me see. I see them. I see a couple. Let's dig them out. Let's cut them. Let's go. Look at that. Light work. Light work. Let's make easy work of that one. Got another one right here. Easy work of that one. I just gotta find them. Any resistance I come to, this gets right through it. Like a rock. This gets right to it, right through it. So, me like chopping at it like this, I get some like white exposure, and then I know it's a root system versus a rock, versus like a ping, versus something that this just digs into, and I know what I'm dealing with, what I'm working with, and what I need to attack it with. Because if it's just a rock, then I just gotta get a little bit more around it with the shovel, and I can get the rock out and pry it up. But those root systems, it's not gonna happen. So this one last piece right here, it looks like this one last root system to make this hole more cylindric, how I need to make it like that one. I got to get this root system out, and let me see. So I'm gonna approach it from maybe like over here on this side and address the other side. See, I feel like I got through a lot, but I'm not 100% sure I fully got through it. Let's check this side. All right, let's see what's happening. Is anything moving? We got a nice size root system right here. Don't look like anything. I'm just trying to see how big this root. It's a massive root right here. All right, we got work to do. Didn't plan for it. Definitely did not plan for it. But we got work to do. This one is almost like the size of a whole branch. Let's see. Can we work around it? Is that a possibility? Let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep digging. We about to get the post hole digger so that we can stay cylindric the rest of the way. Can we work around it? Is that a possibility? It's still not 100% mandatory. It has to go. Okay. Because we're going to put our pull-up bar up, and I'm going to put it in the hole, and I'm going to have the level on it, and the level's going to be on the pull-up bar to see if the pull-up bar is plumb, and we'll see which side has to go down further, even if I'm not measuring. So I can measure the hole for sure, you know, but at the end of the day, I'm going to go by whether the level says it's plumb or not. If the level doesn't say it's plumb, no matter what I'm measuring the hole at, because it may not be, the post may not be flat at the bottom, but if the level says it's not plumb, we got work to do. But we got a root system down there, not something crazy, something manageable that we can work with down there. But we gotta attack this root system real fast. Come on, let's see what we got down here. Something light. All right, this one on this side right here. This one's a. I'm talking about the size of like somebody's thigh. All right, so we made light work of this right here. That's something light, easy work. The reciprocating saw is a lifesaver. Lifesaver. I think more people should be using it for this purpose. You know? All right, so I think we can get a little bit deeper for what we need it for, and we're in the ball game. Okay, let's see what we're talking about in the comments before we start mixing some cement and seeing if our pull-up bar halfway plumb. Okay. Who taught you how to dig? Taught me how to dig. It don't take a rocket science to know how to dig a. It sounds like you're trying to make jokes, but I'm not going to assume you're trying to make jokes. But no, I taught me how to dig, and then I had to learn by making mistakes. All right, we're just trying to dig enough to get the job done, and enough to make a decent foundation for the concrete. We're not out here trying to dig a grave or make this a perfect whatever some are imagining in the comments. Okay, because I'm hitting a lot of root system right here. All this is all root system to massive trees that you can't really see in the frame right now, but they're massive. So, you know, I chopped enough at them. I don't want to keep doing it. I don't want to keep poking the bear because these trees are big enough that they're close enough to my house that if I kill the tree, it can and will fall on my house. So, you know, like a famous person said, up that tree will fall on you. I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be barking up the wrong tree. All right, so let's clean this out just a little bit more, and then we're gonna set the camera back and see how plumb this pull-up bar is as it stands right now. Okay. All right, so time to back the pull-up bar up a little bit, or back the camera up, and let's check this. Let's check the angles. All right, now, so we dug it out. Time to check the angles, so y'all get a better perspective, just a little bit, and then I'll check how plumb this is to see if we should continue. All right, just a better viewpoint, just a little bit of a better viewpoint. All right, and this is going to look a little bit. I'm by myself, man, and doing this by myself with the pull-up bar already put together is not ideal. So give me grace on this looking super clumsy on how I'm about to do it. All right, because y'all not out here helping me at all. So I got my level right here, just so y'all know. I got my level, and we're going to check how plumb it is. I'm going to put this on top of the pull-up bar. So our pull-up bar is steel, so this will magnetize to our pull-up bar. This is magnetic. It's a magnetic level, and it's going to magnetize to our pull-up bar, and we're going to see how plumb our pull-up bar is, so we know how, you know, which side has to go a little bit deeper before we start mixing our cement. All right, so that's what's going on. So I'm gonna have to push this like a sled, like I'm a Russian race dog or something in the Sahara. Hot work, hot, hot. You know, but yeah, really, we just want to push this in a hole, and I just want to get an idea. So I'm gonna put this level right at the top, just for an idea on how level these are, and the holes might have to be adjusted a little bit. Come on, work. Oh, fuck. Okay. This is a two-person job. It's not a one-man job. But guess what? I ain't the average man neither. I push some of this brush back, and then let me see. Let me check this out, because these are big enough holes to where the posts can be adjusted, like where they are, or they can be set back further or push inset further. And I'm just not at a good position right now to be trying to push it and set it, outset it, inset it right now to where I'm standing. It's really a two-person job. All right, but I'm trying to see how level it is. Maybe back right there. Okay, so maybe I gotta come out more with this one. No, it's not level. I gotta get this work. This one's about as far as it'll go. If I push this way, apply some pressure, lift, and all right, well, that's about as much as it's gonna go right now. It's plumb. If I push it like a little bit right here, like this, it's, you know, I gotta make the uprights right, but it's plumb like right here. Like right here is good. If I ask somebody to just stand right here and hold it right here, that would be gravy. But I don't. I don't have help. So I'm gonna have to, oh, okay. I'm gonna have to make some stands to help these stay level. So bear with me. I will make the stuff that I need to make to keep this upright. Let's see if I can get my cart over here to hold this up a little bit. Because I got this cart, this Gorilla cart that has, all right, so my Gorilla cart has 640 pounds of cement in there. Now, if I were to get that cart over here and lean this up against the cart will hold it. The only thing is, the cart weighs 640 pounds. So for me to get that cart over here, I gotta let this go. Put this down, bring the cart over, lift this back up, and we making more work for myself. All right. Whoa, whoa. All right now. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do what I have to do. I'm gonna have to lay this back down. Come on now. Whoa. Oh. Oh. Let's go. Pull. Ah. Lift. Whoa. Shit. All right. That's heavy. Okay. And that's a two-man job. But I'm one man and I'm gonna get it done. Okay? So I need to go get my posts, placements, setters, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what they're called. I need to start making my concrete, because it'll be a lot easier to let this set up once I start making my concrete. But I need to, let me go make some cuts. I need to go get a few pieces of wood, and I know where they are. We're gonna get a few pieces of wood, and we're gonna have these pieces of wood sit there, and we're gonna screw them in so that they uphold our uprights, so that we can work and put our concrete in, because this is not gonna work. This is not doing it. All right. We just need a few pieces that are going to do their job. A few pawn pieces that are going to do their job, so that we can keep this upright. All right. So we got pieces right here. We're going to cut a few pieces right now. I got some screws in my pocket, and we're going to set some pieces up to where it's going to hold this upright, so that I don't have to keep holding it upright. It's not going to keep wobbling on me while I mix my concrete and pour my concrete. But it's pretty much level to where I'm not really beat anymore to try to get it any more level. Man, I'm really not. Maybe like another scoop or two, maybe. But this is about what it is at this point, because I want to finish tonight. Because this concrete mix right here that I got is supposed to set within 24 hours. I didn't get the Quikrete. You know, as I was saying earlier, the store didn't have any more Quikrete, so I bought regular extra strength concrete. So we got some 4,000 pound, I think it's 4,000 pound, yeah, high strength, 5,000 plus, and then 4,000 plus. So we got 4 bags of each. So we got more than enough concrete for both of these jobs right here. I don't care how big the holes are. We got more than enough than we need. I just want to make sure we're going to be able to set this where we need to set it. Yep. Work. Get that up out of there. Got some rocks, a few things. Move that up out the way. And we're going to be able to set it where we need to set it. That's a slight adjustment. Where it was just at, slight adjustment. Very minimal. Minimal adjustments. And for not measuring this and just eyeballing it, that was pretty spot on, if I may say so myself. Because I didn't bring out a measuring tape this whole time, and I was pretty spot on with the level. So, you know, for somebody who doesn't do this and has never done this before, give me a little bit of credit, just a little bit. I only require a little bit of credit. All right, so now, like I said, I've never done this before. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a few pieces, a few forms, and when I bring that back up, we're gonna screw that into this piece right here so that it holds it up. And again, this is at least a 2-person job. I don't have 2 people, so it is what it is. And we just gonna cut this with the reciprocating saw because, like I said, I just got me. Okay, that's one. It's just me. That's one. Let's cut another one. That's 2. Am I gonna use this piece? No. Maybe if I need it. Come on. Just cutting a few even pieces, man, and try to stand this thing up. One more piece. So we got our pieces. Now, I'm gonna need my drill. Okay. So, let me see. I'm gonna need to pre-drill some holes for these screws. So we're gonna get a little closer. Let's see what we're talking about in the comments. We're gonna get a little closer because we're gonna have to pre-drill some holes. All right, so that we can, when we set this back up, it's gonna stay up. All right, so I got some screws out here. We got some screws, and we're gonna pre-drill some holes so that we can set those pieces right there, so that this piece stays standing up, so that when I make my concrete and pour my concrete, it stays in place. All right, at a time, because I already made my pull-up bar. That's the problem. All right, so yeah, I respect what you're saying, and no, you see, you said dude's an idiot. My pull-up bar was already made. My pull-up bar was already made. This has to be raised bay. Dude set one hole at a time. What's the plan here? Okay, so my pull-up bar was already made. I'm resetting. If you didn't look at the title, I'm resetting a pull-up bar that's already made. That's the problem. All right. So I'm not making a pull-up bar for the first time. This was a pull-up bar that was already made, that came out of the ground, and I didn't set it in the ground deep enough. So I'm resetting it in the ground. And yeah, have criticism for me not setting it in the right place deep enough the first time. But other than that, this pull-up bar is already made, or else I would be doing one post at a time. When I originally did it, I did one post at a time. It makes sense, do one post at a time. But because it's already put together, and I'm not about to sit here and take that pull-up bar apart, that's not about to happen, because I put it together already. I'm gonna do it this way, and you can sit here and watch it, or you can tune off. But for somebody that is like me and doesn't want to put that pull-up bar back together again after you don't put that pull-up bar together, this is how I'm doing it. So it is what it is at this point. We're gonna find a screw for this. I got a decent enough screw. We're We're gonna pre-drill some holes, tap in a piece or two, and then we're gonna add a second screw in once we get it where I need it to go. Okay. Let's get this up out of here. My man said rage bait. Yeah, rage bait. How about this? When's the last time you did a pull up? Talking about rage bait. Put that in the comments. When's the last time you did a pull up? Because I'm making a pull up bar. How many pull ups you do a day? And post it. If you don't post it, it don't count. If you want to talk mess, if you don't post it, it don't count, my man. If you don't post it, it don't count. All right, now let's be fair. If not, you know where you can go. Come on now. Down drill bit. Okay, we got one pre-drill hole. Let's put in a screw. Let's tap a screw in there. Just tapping one screw for now. Just one. And these are going to get removed once they get tapped and put in, and this form gets put. These are going to get removed. So this is not really a big deal for me right now. I just want to be able to set this where I need to set it so that it has somewhere to sit and this stays put while I do my concrete. And by the looks of sunlight, I might not even finish this tonight, but I hope I do. But I got light out here, you know. So if I run out of daylight, I got lights to work out here. So I'll work out here regardless into the night, and I'm getting this done so that this pull-up bar can get set for tomorrow. And I'm going to test this out tomorrow, and I'll do another live testing this out for the people that believe like, oh, he, you know, my man said, yo, this guy's an idiot. That may be, but an idiot that gets stuff done. How about that one? A productive idiot. Productive idiot. Come on. There we go. So, quick question. Someone can be an idiot to you, but if they're an idiot that's getting something done and you're not getting anything done, are they really the idiot? Who's really the idiot? If you're not doing anything, somebody's doing something, but you just criticize it. Are they the idiot? Or are you really the idiot? Not calling anybody names, just asking a simple question. Simple question. All right. All right, so I can set this one way, but I can't set it both ways right now. Mosquitoes are tearing my ass up. Might have to go get me a hoodie or something, long sleeve, soon. We'll see. All right, we're gonna try to lift it up again and see where we can go with it. Let's go. Let's kick this out. Let's kick that out. We gotta kick this other one out too. There we go. Kick that one out so that if we can set it, you know, put it down, anchor at a certain point to where it's level and it's plumb, I'm super happy. So that we can set it. All right, so where'd my level go? Damn it. Bugs tearing my ass up tonight. Them bugs think I'm sweet money. All right, so we're gonna set one of these up, at least where we think it might be, so I can find my level. There we go. Okay, that looks decent. Okay, that don't look bad. I mean, that's a start. All right, let's get another screw. And let's nail that in there, nail another piece. We'll nail that one in there, and then we're going to work on the other piece. Okay? So, to the fellas that telling me I'm an idiot, I'll be an idiot. But an idiot that's getting stuff done. Okay, that one's in there. My man said, "You're an idiot." Post your SAT scores, my man. Calling people idiots. My man must be some type of genius, the way he's talking. All right, that's a lot better. It's at least able to stand up. All right, we're in decent shape right now. Okay, in a lot better shape. Let's put our level on it. Let's keep our level on it, just so that we know where we're at. We know where it's hitting for. Okay, so as I expected, it's going to have to tilt more this way, and for it to be plumb. Yeah, it's definitely gonna have to tilt more that way. So we have to base out a little bit more this way, if we can. To come in a little bit more with this one, just a little bit. I might have based out too much. Okay, we're able to get a little bit more plumb that way, because that's where we kind of need to be. So if anything, this hole needs to be out a little bit wider, but this is not a bad place to be. If we were to set this right here in place right here right now, it's not a bad place to be. So it's not perfect, but this right here gets the job done. All right, so let's add another piece right here, just for shits and giggles, for my man. I'm an idiot. I'll be that tonight. I'll be that for a little bit. Let's set our pieces here. All right. Here we go. Okay. Looking good. No complaints. I have no complaints with that. I got zero complaints with this right here. I don't did pull-ups on worse pull-up bars. I done did pull-ups on way worse pull-up bars for the complainers about a pull-up bar that they are not going to be doing pull-ups on. You know, let alone can they do pull-ups? Who knows? Whoa. See if we can get this screw set in there first. There we go. Let's get that screw set and let's go. There we go. All right. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Where's my level at? He wants to go a little bit more that way. Looking at it standing back, it's not bad. It's not bad. I think I would like to see this piece right here just out a little bit, outset a little bit more, even though it's not saying it's plumb that way, extremely plumb, but I would like to see it more outright. But like I said, it don't have to be perfect, not for me, but I do want this concrete sitting there and doing what it needs to be doing. All right, so for the most part, let me see, let me make sure y'all can see that. For the most part, I'm happy with how that's looking and how that's set up right there. Y'all may not like that, all right, but it is what it is. It's my pull-up bar. It's not y'all pull-up bar. It's mine. All right, and I'm the one that's gonna be doing pull-ups on it every week. All right, so if I'm okay with that being set like that, it's okay with being set like that. I'm tempted to even try a pull-up with this like this. Nah, don't do it. It's not that stable. It's not that stable. All right, I'll leave it be and just let the concrete do its job. All right, am I happy with it set right there? I'm good. I'm Gucci. All right, so it's time to mix our concrete. Let's go. Let's go time. Time to mix our concrete. And nope, never mixed concrete before. So people are about to be mad again. I'm about to have a lot of people mad again. I got 8 bags of concrete, 2 different types. Okay? Ain't never mixed concrete before a day in my life. 8 bags of concrete. That's what we're about to do. Check him out. So we got the 5,000 plus, and then we got the 4,000. All right? And what do we got to mix it with? We got this little paint mixer, concrete mixer, whatever you want to call it. Long, heavy duty mixing paddle, Hercules. That's what we do. All right, I went and bought this just so I could mix up for tonight with my drill. Wheelbarrows, but one of them got a hole in it, and the other one's my Gorilla cart, and it's not flat on the bottom. So I don't like that for mixing. It's not flat on the bottom. It's got grooves. So we're gonna see how well this can mix in this right here. We're gonna do what we can do. So first bag, we're going 5,000, right? We're going Sac-Crete 5,000 for the first batch. All right, so a little bit of water in the bottom. I got my hose right here. Let's change the mixture, man. What we gonna put on? What setting this work? I think this setting right here. I think that's a good setting right there. All right, hit it with that water, and then let's get it bust down. Bust it down. Come on, let's work. All right, we're gonna add some more water and get the mixing. So now I'm gonna hook this up to my drill bit. Like I said, I've never done this before. We just using what God gave us, common sense. Just God gave me common sense. And my man that said that I'm an idiot, he gonna think I'm trolling right now. And I'm all for letting him think that I'm trolling him, because I am. All right, so let's get that drill bit. All right, and we're gonna hook that drill bit up to the drill. Let me make sure y'all got everything in the frame right here. Yep. Let's hook this up to the drill bit right here, and let's start mixing. Oh, I thought my battery died for a second. Let's keep working. Let's turn that power up a little bit. No, I'm losing power on this drill. All right, my drill conked out on me. My drill bit is conking out on me right there. Y'all see the power going out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch batteries. That all. We're gonna switch batteries. Bingo. Let's go. Reload. We might need some more. Might need some more water in there. Okay. Let me check this out. Might need some water. Let's put this to the side. We're gonna use our chisel. I ain't using this chisel for nothing else. Just checking the water content. Yeah, we're gonna need some more water in there. Let's add a little bit more water. Like I said, I've never done this before. First time making concrete. So it is what it is. Add a little bit more water. Making some people mad. Whatever. I'm getting the job done. I don't think this mixer is strong enough for this. I don't. I might have to go to the wheelbarrow. I'm not looking forward to it. It's working its way down there, but don't look like it's the right type of drill for this mixture. I switched it down to level 1 because level 2 was not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Yeah, the drill motor is overworking right now, so that's part of the problem. Yeah, I overworked this drill. Yep, looks like the rest I'm gonna have to do by hand. Oh well, it is what it is. Just trying this out. This is not the proper drill for mixing concrete. If you're gonna mix concrete in a bucket, but I was just trying it out, and I had a drill and I put the right drill bit for it, but it's not working. So I tried, I failed. It's time to use something else. All right. So first thing we're gonna use, I got a weeder right here. Let's stick this weeder in here And see if we can kind of mix some of that up in there before I pour this out into a wheelbarrow, which I didn't want to have to pour this in a wheelbarrow because only wheelbarrow that's worth pouring it into is my Gorilla Cart. My Gorilla Cart is contoured, which is a problem because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to get into all the contours, so I'm definitely going to have to wash that Gorilla Cart out really, really, really good afterwards. And I'm going to probably have dry pockets at the bottom and whatever. So just mixing this up, and I know I'm going to have to add more concrete mix in there. That's not the point. You know, I'm just trying to just get this going and just seeing how well that concrete mixer was working for that drill bit. But so far, it's not doing bad. But I definitely want to get this out of this bucket right here. It's not going to do good in this bucket, mixing it in this bucket with something like this right here. Like I'm twisting it for sure, you know, and it definitely needs more concrete mix. But I don't want to be adding the concrete mix if I'm not getting all the way to the bottom with this right here. And I definitely don't want to have any dry pockets. But I mean, it feels good right now. It's just a lot of work if I were to keep it in this bucket. That's the only thing. All right, so we're gonna put it into the Gorilla Cart, which I didn't want to have to do, but looks like that's where we're at now. It is what it is. Somebody said, so watery. Of course, it ain't done yet. I thought you were taking a picture of a minute there. Okay, all right, no need, 1/2 inch drill bit, struggle bus. Yo, so look right here. I have a here. This cart is ideal for mixing concrete in, but the problem is this one has holes at the bottom because it's sitting outside and it's so old. It has holes. The Gorilla Cart does not have holes at the bottom, so I'm going to have to mix it into the Gorilla Cart. The problem, I got the wheelbarrows, I got ingredients, I got stuff. It's we working with limited ingredients or limited products, limited tools. It's just some of the tools are a little bit faulty from just degradation over time. So people can talk shit all you want. It's not that I don't have the tools or the stuff that I need, because clearly I got what I need. I got all the concrete, high strength. We got the high strength 5,000. Even though everybody is like, oh, this guy's an idiot, this guy's stupid, this guy's broke, this guy's poor, all that stuff that y'all want to say for some reason, just so y'all can get y'all stuff off and look for somebody to second you in everything that you say. But we're gonna get it in there. And then we got the 4,000. So this is the 4,000 strength right here, the 4,000 psi strength, and then we got the 5,000 psi strength. So we started with the 5,000 psi strength, which for pull-ups, it's really not gonna make a difference. It's gonna really be the same shit. It's gonna be the same stuff, man. Like for what I need it for, same stuff, same mix, man. Doesn't matter, same stuff. All right, let's pour this bag out. Really not what I want, how I wanted to do it. It's not how I wanted to do it, but it is what it is at this point. Let's let the dust clear. Let me make sure y'all can see, because y'all gonna have a lot of stuff to say. So what? All right, so we're gonna pour wet mix that I already know is too wet, that y'all gonna keep saying it's watery, it's wet. Of course it's too watery and wet. It ain't done. That wasn't the point of me putting it in the bucket. I was trying to see if I can get it in the bucket and mix it all with the paddle. Obviously, the drill that I have, it's not going to get the job done fully. Duh. You're not making, you're not exposing a revelation here. All right, so let's work. Let's mix. Let's put some water on this. That's all. Let's put some water on this, man, and get the mixing. So again, my problem is in the groove. So I'm gonna have to get my hands in here and really get in between these grooves, because like I said, this is not a flat wheelbarrow, and I prefer not to be mixing in this Gorilla Cart because it has grooves in it. But some of y'all don't understand that, and they're gonna talk shit anyways. Whatever. Now we're gonna add a few more bags of concrete. It's not done. For those that are like, oh, it's still too watery. It's still too watery. My man, are you over here mixing my concrete for me? No. Relax. So I'll mix by hand if I need to, you know. I just want to get in between the grooves. Let me make sure I get the grooves all lubricated before I start adding in more, because I don't want it all caked up at the bottom, all dry and stupid, because I could have easily fixed that problem in the beginning. Once I start adding more bags and start mixing, it's not going to get all caked up at the bottom because it's already been wet and lubricated. So it's less likely for that to happen. Okay? Getting in all the grooves. Oh, we got some cakiness in there. Yep, getting out all that cakiness. All that wet cakey mess, getting it all out. We got another pocket right here. Get that pocket. Yep, there we go. Getting out all that dry, cakey pockets. Last groove. Like I said, this is why I don't like mixing in a Gorilla Cart. For this exact purpose. All right, but we still got work to do. Let's work. Come on. Let's go. We got work to do. We got to fill this hole. Bingo. My bitch. Come on. Dropping in another bag. Dropping in another bag of that 5,000 plus high strength concrete. High strength. So this is going to do more than what it needs to do for this pull-up bar. All right, we're going to hit it with some water. Come on, calm that down. Calm all that down. And get to turning and mixing. And get to turning and mixing. Alright. We're definitely still oversaturated for sure. But I got one more bag to put in here before I start adding it to my mix. We definitely still oversaturated. I ain't worried about that. Come on, let's work. Let's work. We cooking right now. For all the people that like, it don't look like concrete how I thought it should look like on YouTube. Doesn't look like the concrete how I think it should look like. I don't like how that concrete looks. Man. You can come over here and mix this concrete for me. And don't stop till I tell you to stop. Just keep mixing. If not, mind your business. Or don't. Or don't. Because I'm hiring. I don't mind paying. All right. We're looking a little bit better. We're looking a little bit better. A little bit better. Can we form our balls in, your standard forming balls and whatever you want to do, whatever you want to call it, to say that this is proper concrete? No, not yet. But I still have another bag to add in here of the 5,000 mix. Not that it matters which mix I got, but I'm gonna add, I got it right on top. We got another bag of the 5,000. I'm gonna see if 3 bags gets 1 post done. If not, I'll just make more. It's not a huge deal. But from here on, I'm only gonna add what I need. All right, let's go. Let's work. Punch you right in your forehead. Punch you right in your forehead, homie. All right, let's see what that does. Let the dust settle. You feel me? Let the dust settle and work. We're gonna need some more for sure. But we're gonna temper it in a little bit at a time. Get this mix right. Because we could do it the reverse way and just add water as we need it, but it can go either way. It don't matter. Add concrete as we need it. Add the water as we need it. Can we make our balls? I mean, it's a ball. It's a ball. I mean, is it the ball that I'm looking for? Meh. I think we a little bit more concrete and I'm happy. Just a little bit more, I'm happy, and we can get to pouring. Let the dust settle. Cause I know I'm making dude mad. He's so mad. This guy's an idiot. We know we making him mad. I should start doing just straight goofy shit just to make him even more mad, but that ain't what I'm here for. Alright, so now, because I'm not worried about the grooves and such, this is really all shovel work now. Alright, so I could definitely make my soft balls or whatever balls you want to say you can make without this falling apart and so on and so forth. I could definitely do that. Like it's mixed to a great consistency for concrete, and it's time to start pouring. But it's now getting heavy in shovel work now. This is shovel territory now. All right. So let's pour our first hole and get to work. We got work to do. All right. Let's turn this camera. Let's see how mad my boy is, man. My boy was so mad. All right. If that's for fence post, bro, pour it dry. Nah. So this is not fast drying cement. This is slow drying cement. Looks good, bro. Yikes. Okay, this is fast drying cement. I mean, this is slow drying cement. Sorry. Slow drying cement. All right. Getting ready to start pouring now. All right. Let's get this camera set up correctly. All right. Let's start pouring. Slow drying cement. So this is like 24-hour cure versus like a 30-minute or 2-hour cure. So it's a bit of a difference. But this, I mean, granted, this is definitely for a post, but it's not like they're specific only post cement. You can use whatever cement you want for whatever application you want to add it for. But no, I bought a lot of cement, but this is slow drying cement. We're gonna get some on the other side. Start shaking this down and doing what we need to do. And we're gonna shake our post. So we're gonna have to make sure it's plumb again before we let these posts let it set and stay. And we probably gonna have to add some more cement because this is only 2 bags. 2 bags not getting it done. 2 bags not doing it. I know that. Okay, we pouring. Okay, and we'll keep pouring, and I'm gonna step on it some. We're gonna step on it some, but we're gonna keep pouring. We still got more concrete to add, and we just check or fill if I need to. Okay. Let's keep working. Okay. Yeah. Let that settle, squish in there, do what it needs to do. And we got more. We ain't done. We're not done. We got a little bit more. We got a little bit more. We'll keep scraping. We got more. We got more. We got more. We got about 2 or 3 more scoops. I mean, this don't look bad for the batch that I made for 2 bags. This don't look bad. I ain't gonna lie, this don't look bad for 2 bags. I thought I was gonna need a lot more, but I definitely could have dug the hole deeper if I really, really wanted to. Let's add some more behind it to the back side. Because I think right now the back side is more of the important. We got so much in the front. We got so much in the front that the back side, because of the way I set it just to make it plumb, the back side definitely needs some extra. So I'm gonna show a little bit more love to the back side for sure. Yeah. Yep. Show more love to the back side. And I'm sure y'all got jokes on that. Make your jokes. I'm here for it. I got jokes too. I got jokes too. All right now. Yep. And we set that and let that kind of settle in right there and do its thing. I'm okay with that. Now I need to set that other side. All right, and it's getting dark, and y'all not really gonna see all this, but I'm gonna finish it out. You know, y'all want me to turn on the lights and finish the job, let me know. I'll finish the job like Donald Trump. But if y'all not here for it, let me know. All right, good enough, right? Because I'm gonna finish the job. That's happening. I'm getting both sides done. I'm gonna get maybe 3 more bags. All right, let's see what we're talking about. Let's see what we're talking about the job I just did. All right, same with dry. You let it set overnight. How many you have to set? I bought 8 bags, but I'm not gonna use all 8. I just used 2 bags just now. 2.5. I used 2.5 bags just now. How many you have set? Okay. Try that new foam cement. I already tried the new foam cement. If you rewind to the beginning, I used the foam cement the first time, and that's what came out of the ground. Not to say that the foam cement is not good, but I didn't set it deep enough in the ground and it popped out of the ground. So I still have more of the foam cement, but I don't want to use it anymore. I've tried that shit. It's bad ass. That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I have the foam cement and I still have more. But would I use that if I'm making a pull-up bar and I have to start over? If I have a pull-up bar and I'm trying to start over, because I'll show you right here for the person that's still listening, that's like, use the foam stuff. I can use cement. Which one is going to be, ask me, which one is better? The cement is better, 1000%. The cement is better. All right. Which one is cheaper? Probably the cement is cheaper. Which one is easier? The foam stuff is easier to apply. That's the only thing. The foam stuff is easy to apply. It's not better. It's just easier to apply. That's really the biggest thing. It's just more convenient. So I have another poster set. I just set one. All right. So we're about to mix some more cement. I just set one, as you can see right there. All right. We're about to do the other one. You see the pull-up bar right there. You know, if you can't do pull-ups, don't be over here super judgmental. All right. We're about to do some more bags of cement right here. So I pre-lubricated the bottom of my Gorilla cart right here, just so we can add some more cement in there. And I want to rinse this piece off so before this dries. All right. My hose at. So this paddle right here, this paddle needs to be used with the right type of machine. So if you got just a regular drill, regular Milwaukee drill or something, this paddle is not the right paddle, because it's going to burn your drill out like it just did mine. I just burned through 2 batteries and it didn't even really get the job done. So I'm not really going to be using this paddle anymore. But I just want to wash it off for my next task that I'm going to be using it for, because I got other stuff I'm going to be using this for, making bricks of fire material, cardboard, wood chips and such. Me wash off my weed eater, my weeder, whatever you want to call this. It's another weeder I was using to mix concrete with. We wash this off and it's all good. We use it again. I just don't want to let the concrete dry on here. Wash this off. No big deal. Let's wash this bucket out, because we're not going to use this bucket again. This is the bucket I was using to paddle in. The paddle, like I said, the paddle didn't work great. Now we'll use some of this concrete water right here for our concrete mix right here for our second post. So I'll keep this water in here and let's get busy. We got another post to make. While y'all can still see, we got another post to make. All right. So let's work. Start dumping this concrete. We're still on the 5,000. The 5,000 PSI concrete. All right. I'm getting ready to switch gloves and put on a new set of gloves, wash my arms, just so that whatever concrete has been on my arms is not going to start to set really. So I'm getting ready to rinse this stuff off and reset, because I think a reset I'm due for a reset right now. And I got plenty of gloves out here, so no big deal. Let's reset, not get any of our concrete wet. Let's reset. Off with the gloves. Reset. Because I don't care about mixing by hand, man. This stuff comes right off. I ain't worried about it. Just reset. Time for a reset. And then it's go time again. All right. Now let's put on a new batch of gloves. And it's go time again. All right. Got all the concrete off me. We cleaned up, ready to go. Yeah. All right, reset, and it's go time. You know? All right, like I said, we're still working with the 5,000 concrete, the 5,000 PSI. So I'll use as much as the 5,000 PSI as I got and then I'll go down to the 4,000. So I got 4 bags of the 4,000 too. So, you know, if I need to even later, if I need to come back and lay more concrete on top of the concrete that I already laid, which I don't think I'm gonna need it. I don't see a world in which I'm gonna need to add another bag. But if I need to add like another half a bag to each one just to fully set it, I'll do it. But I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I just don't see it. All right. But let me make sure y'all can fully see into my wheelbarrow. Y'all can see it. Let's see what we talking about. Have a good night and out, bro. Okay, cool. No cement, only but concrete mix. This is just a add water only concrete mix. Yep. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know, I got to get this done. So I'm not mad at anybody that's got to tune out, man. This is getting done regardless. So whether y'all here or not, I got to get this done. I got a lot of stuff to do. And one of my things is, for me, on being productive in life, I tell myself, I say, yo, my 9 to 5, I go to work and get busy. Go to work and get busy. Essentially, no days off. I go to work sick, don't even matter. I got to be bedridden to not go to work. But my 5 to 9, which is when I get off of work, I got to come home and accomplish something. Every single day, come home and get something done. I don't care if it's something small, get one thing done. Accomplish something. Get one task done. That's how you become a winner in life. Success. So, like I said, I ain't quitting. Like, I can sit here and be like, oh, I got one post done. Tomorrow I'll come out here, or the next day I'll finish it. I'll get to it. Don't worry about it. No. Hell no. If I start it, I finish it. I get it done. Finish the job. So every day I like to come home. Like I said, my 5 to 9. This is my 5 to 9. I already did my 9 to 5. This is my 5 to 9. Come home every day, get something done. Punch him in the forehead. Come home every day, get something done. Even if it's something small, minute, at least this is a task you don't got to worry about anymore. Like I said, I don't care how minute it is. It's done. It's a task done. Don't be somebody that come out here or just does something half-ass and like, oh, I did a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know, here and there. Did a little bit of this, a little bit of that here and there, and you don't never get shit done. That's what I got a problem with. So I make it a mission of mine to come out here. I don't give a fuck. Pardon my language. I don't care if it's rain, hail, sleet, snow. If I set out to get a task done, it's getting done. But I pick my task for the day for sure. I'm not trying to do the most like head ass asinine task on the wrong day. I pick my pockets for sure. But I set out and like, oh, I need to get this done. This has to get done. So I make a list of priorities. And from top to bottom, like, yo, I have them prioritized. So come home, look at my list of priorities. What is at the top of the list of priorities? Boom, attack it. Attack it. Attack it. You know? Don't pussyfoot around. Don't think about it. Just get to it. Because that be the biggest thing. People like sit here and think about it too much. Oh, no, maybe, and make excuse, find ways to not get something done. Man, I think it's a lot of, you know, I definitely don't advise people to just go through life and just not think. But when it comes to stuff that you know and have figured out and you've come to a conclusion that this has to get done at some point in time, this has to get done, and then you go to prioritizing your list like, okay, this is at the top of the list of priorities, and all of these priorities have to get done, and this is at the top of the list of priorities. It comes to deductive reasoning on, you know, this has to get done, you know, this needs to get done, you know, this is the number one priority. So there is no thinking now. It's just stop thinking and attack, get it done, go time, no fucking off. Stop making excuses, and it's go time. Get out my way. You know, if you're not helping, you are in the way. That's it. That's all. You know, that's why I'm still out here. And that's how I operate in life, man. You know, some people work on their hobbies or their aspirations on the weekends, which that's cool too. You know, set your life up how you set your life up. But there's also the ideology of, you know, the person that if you got a job, you got a job. You know, not knocking anybody that has a job or however you live your life or don't or whatever. But the person that has the job, which I do, so this is my framework. You know, I got my 9 to 5, and then I got my 5 to 9. What do I do after I come home from work that gets me closer to freedom? Freedom of doing what I want to do. You know, just a smidget closer to living a life that I would choose to live. You know, what gets you that much closer? So, you know, it's just like I said, it's an ideology. All right, just looking for that shovel because it gets more shovel time now. So I just want to make sure. So we losing daylight. So I definitely need to add some more water. Just a matter of fact, this is getting done, just so you know. Done, and I'll show y'all on a different day when I'm out here doing pull-ups, muscle ups, dips, getting my workout in. You'll see it then. You'll see the finished product then, when it's all nice and cured. You know? But I'm gonna make my consistency how I need to make it. And yeah. I mean, it's a beautiful consistency right here already. But I think we don't have enough, we don't have enough concrete. So I'm gonna add one more bag, mix this in. We're gonna add one more bag because we're done with the 5,000. So we're gonna add one more bag of the 4,000 PSI. Punch him in his forehead. We're gonna add one bag of the 4,000 PSI to finish the job. Okay, one more bag of the 4,000, and I'm getting this done. This is happening tonight. Let the dust settle. Like I said, let the dust settle. Go in the opposite direction. This is happening tonight. We're finishing this. So, whatever excess that I have from this one, I think I'm gonna throw a little bit more on the other one just to top it off. But y'all know what time it is. We getting this job done. And the next time y'all see me, I'm doing pull-ups. 50 pull-ups. Okay? And let's mix. Alright, and that's it, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Backyard Lumberjack. We're gonna be out here chopping wood, doing pull-ups, doing our campfire tents, hot tents, outdoor cooking on a wood burning stove, all that good stuff. And putting in that work. Being a guided provider for your family. Showing the way. Being the example. Don't be the problem, be the example. Be the solution. If you don't have the solution, find it. That's your job. If you're the man in the house, find it. Nobody expects everybody to have all the answers in life. Find it, work on it. That's what I'm doing. I ain't got all the answers in life. I'm working on it. If I ain't got it, I'm gonna find somebody else that has it. We're gonna get to it. You know? Yeah. All right, get ready to sign out. I got a little bit more concrete mix to add in here. I'm signing out, man. I'll see you on the next one. Next time y'all see me, I should be doing pull-ups off this bar already. Backyard Lumberjack, I appreciate every last one of y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Like and subscribe.